The story begins in a place where no man has ever dared to live. A dry, cracked land covered with the dust of forgotten wars. People call it no man's land. A place where even the wind seems afraid to blow. For many years, no one has stepped into this zone because strange signals and sounds were reported from deep inside. Soldiers who went there never came back, and the ones who did spoke only in broken words, as if something had erased their memories. One cold morning, a small research team from Earth's Global Security Division is sent to investigate these signals. The mission is simple: locate the source of the transmissions and find out what's causing the magnetic disturbance in the area. But what they don't know is that they are walking into a mystery older than humanity itself. The team is led by Captain Aiden Cross, a man known for his bravery, but haunted by his past. He lost his entire squad in an unexplained explosion 3 years ago, in the same region now marked as no man's land. When he received the new orders, his first thought was not duty, it was revenge. He wanted answers. He wanted to know what killed his men. As the team enters the forbidden land, their equipment begins to glitch. Compasses spin wildly, drones fall from the sky, and strange patterns appear on their radar, like symbols trying to communicate. The air grows heavier and the sun fades behind a wall of gray clouds. It feels as if the land itself is alive, watching them. Hours pass and silence becomes their only companion. The crew tries to keep their spirits up, joking and recording their journey, but the deeper they go, the more they feel something is wrong. Private Leah, the youngest member, starts hearing whispers in her earpiece. She removes her headset, but the whispers don't stop. They are not coming from the radio. They are inside her head. Aiden notices her fear and orders everyone to stop. Suddenly, a sharp metallic sound echoes across the valley, something like steel tearing through air. They turn toward the noise and see a dark shape rising in the distance. It's tall, smooth, and glowing faintly with blue lines. The team approaches carefully, and their cameras record what looks like a crashed alien structure, half buried under sand. As they stand near it, the ground begins to tremble. Their devices show massive energy readings coming from beneath. The structure suddenly lights up, and a wave of sound knocks them all down. When Aiden opens his eyes, the sky above is different, darker, filled with strange green lights moving like storms. He realizes they have awakened something not meant to be disturbed. They try to send a distress signal, but all communication systems fail. One by one, their devices shut down, and the land falls into silence again. Then, out of the dust, a humanoid figure appears. It's tall, thin, and moving slowly as if studying them. Its skin shines like liquid metal, and its eyes glow bright white. The team freezes, and they are not alone anymore. Aiden raises his weapon, but the alien doesn't attack. Instead, it points toward the ground and vanishes into thin air, leaving a mark behind. A strange circular symbol burning in the soil. The team is confused, but Leah recognizes it. She has seen that symbol before, on an ancient stone tablet discovered in Egypt, one that scientists believed belonged to a lost civilization. Aiden begins to understand. This is not just a random alien encounter. The beings that once visited Earth might have lived among humans long ago. No Man's Land was never just a war zone. It was a secret burial ground for something not of this world. As night falls, the team decides to camp near the site. But in the distance, they see more glowing lights rising from the desert floor, dozens of them. Each light moves slowly, forming a circle around their camp. The team is trapped, surrounded by something unseen. A cold wind begins to blow, carrying a deep humming sound that shakes the air. The sand starts to rise, spinning into spirals. Leah screams as one of the glowing shapes steps forward. Another alien, but this time much larger, covered in armor-like scales. Its chest opens slightly, revealing a sphere pulsing with energy. Aiden realizes it's not a weapon, it's a message. The alien projects an image into the air, Earth burning. Then it shows a fleet of ships descending from the sky. Aiden's heart races. The message is clear. They are coming back. The screen of their recorder flickers and captures the final words Aiden speaks. This land was never ours. It never belonged to man. And with that, the lights vanish, leaving the team standing in the dark, surrounded by silence once again. But the ground beneath them continues to pulse, as if something beneath the surface has awakened, waiting for the next move. The night in no man's land feels endless. The cold air burns the skin and the silence presses down like a heavy weight. Aiden and his team stand frozen, surrounded by the strange blue lights that move like living fire. Nobody dares to speak. Every sound, even their breathing, feels too loud for the stillness around them. Then one of the lights suddenly rises higher and splits into 3. They twist in the air, forming strange symbols before vanishing. The team's sensors flicker again, showing unknown energy readings. Leah whispers, "They are trying to communicate." Aiden nods, but he knows this is not a friendly welcome. The aliens are sending a warning or maybe a test. The ground shakes again and a deep rumble echoes through the valley. From far away, a large metallic object begins to rise from the sand. It looks like a black pyramid, shining under the ghostly light of the green sky. The team slowly approaches it. The surface of the structure is covered with carvings, the same circular symbols they saw before. Aiden touches the surface, and the carvings glow bright blue. The structure responds to his presence, and a narrow passage opens before them. The air inside is cold and thin, filled with a faint humming sound. The team hesitates, but Aiden orders them to move in. They know this could be their only way to find answers. Inside the structure, they find walls covered in light. Strange shapes move like holograms, cities, stars, and unknown creatures. Leah realizes what they are seeing. These are not decorations. They are memories, a record of a civilization that existed long before humans. The aliens didn't just visit Earth. They once lived here. Aiden records everything. The deeper they go, the stronger the humming becomes, as if the structure has a beating heart. Suddenly, Private Juno notices something glowing inside the walls. Capsules filled with liquid. And inside those capsules are figures, not human, not machine, but something in between. They look asleep, waiting. Leah reads the alien markings glowing on the walls. She translates slowly. Guardians of the fallen world, awaiting the signal. Before they can react, one of the capsules starts to move. The liquid inside bubbles and the figure's eyes open, white, bright, and cold. The alien steps out silently, standing taller than any human. It looks at them without emotion. Aiden raises his weapon, but the alien doesn't attack. Instead, it stretches its hand and touches Leah's chest. A bright light flashes and she collapses. Aiden shouts her name, but Leah is not unconscious. Her eyes open, glowing blue. Her voice changes and calm, deep, and not her own. She begins to speak words that no human can understand. The alien watches her, and then both of them turn toward Aiden. Leah's voice echoes through the chamber. The war never ended. You stand where the last battle began. The team is terrified. They realize they are standing on the ruins of an ancient war between species, a war that destroyed both worlds. No man's land is not empty. It's a graveyard. The signal they detected was not a distress call. It was a beacon calling them back. Leah suddenly collapses again, the light fading from her eyes. The alien slowly walks back into the capsule and it closes automatically, returning to sleep. Aiden lifts Leah up. She's breathing but weak. The team decides to leave, but as they turn, the path they entered from is gone. The pyramid walls have sealed shut. The humming grows louder and the light turns red. The walls begin to shift, forming new passages. They are being led somewhere and are trapped. The temperature drops fast, their breath turning into fog. They walk through the twisting halls until they reach a massive circular chamber. In the center stands a large crystal, spinning slowly and glowing with blue fire. Juno scans it with his tablet and whispers, "It's a data core, maybe the main brain of this structure." Aiden steps forward and the crystal reacts to his presence again. Images flash before them. The Earth millions of years ago, oceans glowing, strange ships floating in the sky, and giant creatures walking the land. Then an explosion and fire everywhere. The aliens fighting something unknown, something dark. Leah wakes and whispers, "They lost. The darkness took everything." Her voice trembles as she continues, "But they buried it here, under this land." Aiden realizes the truth. The alien technology they found is not the threat. The real danger is something buried beneath no man's land, something powerful enough to destroy civilizations. The alien message wasn't a warning, it was a lock. As the crystal stops spinning, the ground shakes violently. The entire structure begins to collapse. The team runs, trying to find a way out. Stones fall and the sound of metal grinding fills the air. A blinding light flashes and suddenly they are outside again, lying on the sand. The pyramid is gone, buried once more as if it never existed. But in the sky above, strange lights begin to form again. Hundreds of them. They are not stars. They are ships entering Earth's atmosphere. Aiden looks up and whispers, "There." The world above no man's land wakes in confusion and fear. Satellite cameras capture dozens of glowing objects entering Earth's atmosphere. Governments deny the news at first, calling them meteor clusters, but the truth spreads quickly. The lights move too slowly, too perfectly, and then they stop, hovering silently over deserts, oceans, and mountain ranges. Aiden and his team stand on the edge of the wasteland, watching the sky burn with alien fire. Their radios finally start working again, but all they hear is chaos, military codes, distress signals, and scientists shouting numbers that make no sense. Something massive is happening all over the planet. Leah wakes up weak, her eyes normal again, but she can still hear whispers in her head. She says quietly, "They are not attacking, not yet. They're searching." Aiden asks what they're looking for, but she can't answer. She only repeats one word, "Key." Hours later, a military helicopter arrives to extract them. The soldiers on board seem nervous, pointing their weapons at the horizon as if expecting something to appear. Aiden tries to explain what they found underground, but nobody believes him. They only care about the glowing ships now seen above major cities. In the command center, Aiden's footage from no man's land is shown to top officials. The video of the alien structure, the glowing symbols, and Leah speaking in an unknown voice shocks everyone. Scientists confirm that the symbol burned in the soil matches carvings found in ruins from Egypt, Mexico, and even under the Arctic ice. The same mark has appeared throughout human history, and now it's glowing again all around the planet. The president authorizes a global alert. The world holds its breath. Cities go dark, aircrafts grounded, and people everywhere watch the sky in silence. Then one of the alien ships moves. It descends slowly over the Atlantic Ocean and releases a beam of light that stretches for miles. The ocean begins to swirl, forming a massive vortex. Satellites record something rising from the deep, a black structure the size of a city. Leah begins to tremble as she sees it. "That's the source," she whispers. "That's where it all began." She realizes what the aliens are searching for. The key they seek is not a weapon or an object. It's a signal hidden deep beneath Earth's oceans. A signal that, if activated, could reawaken what was buried. The same darkness that destroyed their civilization. Aiden tries to warn Command, but they dismiss his words as hallucinations. They prepare to attack the alien ships. Fighter jets launch and missiles fire into the sky. The explosions light up the clouds, but when the smoke clears, the alien ships are still there, untouched. And then, something terrifying happens. The ships respond, not with weapons, but with sound. A single, low-frequency pulse spreads through the air and water. Within minutes, communication systems collapse across the globe. Power grids fail. Satellites shut down. The world falls into darkness. Inside the chaos, Aiden's team regroups at a hidden base near no man's land. Leah tells Aiden that the aliens are trying to stop humanity from making the same mistake they made, reawakening the ancient force buried beneath Earth. But if humans continue to attack, the aliens will have no choice but to destroy the planet to prevent that power from rising again. Aiden looks at her and says, "Then we need to find that force before they do." Using the data they recorded from the pyramid, the team decodes part of the alien symbols. They learn about something called the Core of Silence. It's a machine built to seal the darkness forever, buried deep under no man's land. But the core is damaged, and it's starting to lose control. That's why the aliens returned. As they study further, Leah starts to lose consciousness again. Her eyes flicker blue, and she begins to speak in that strange, echoing voice. She says, "The core is waking. If it opens, your world will end like ours." The ground begins to shake once more. Outside, the sandstorms return, but this time the wind glows with energy. Aiden and the team run out to see the desert floor cracking open, forming massive glowing lines across miles. From the cracks, bright blue light shoots into the sky, the same light that marked the ancient alien structures. Aiden realizes the core is directly below them, activating on its own. The same symbol that once burned into the soil now expands into a circle hundreds of meters wide. The sound of machinery echoes from deep underground. Suddenly a shadow passes over them, One of the alien ships descends, landing right above the glowing circle. The sand explodes outward and a figure steps down from the beam of light. It's the same tall alien from before, the one who marked the ground in part 1. But this time it speaks, a deep, vibrating sound that shakes the air. Leah translates weakly. "You were warned." "The seal is breaking," Aiden yells back. "Then help us close it." The alien pauses, then walks toward the glowing cracks. It kneels, places its hands on the ground and releases a burst of light. The energy begins to stabilize, but not for long. The desert shakes violently and a massive sound roars from below. Something ancient is moving. A gigantic form starts to rise from under the earth, black, winged, and covered in molten light. It's not a machine. It's alive. The alien steps back and says in Leah's voice, "It has awakened." The team stares in horror as the creature lifts its head, opening eyes as bright as suns. The land trembles. The air burns. The world will never be the same again. The world trembles. The skies burn red. From the heart of no man's land, the ancient creature rises like a mountain of living fire. Its wings spread across the clouds, each beat shaking the earth beneath. Its body glows with rivers of molten energy, and every movement sends waves of heat through the air. For the first time in human history, Earth itself seems alive and angry. Aiden and his team can barely stand. The alien who helped them kneels in front of the glowing cracks, trying to control the energy, but it's too strong. Leah holds her head, her voice breaking with pain. The connection between her and the aliens has grown deeper, and now she can feel the creature's thoughts, its rage, its hunger, its memory. "It remembers us," she whispers. "It remembers the war." The alien turns toward Aiden and speaks through her again. "That thing was once one of us. It turned against the creators. It wanted to rule the stars. We trapped it here, before your kind existed." Aiden stares at the creature in shock. "You buried a god under our planet," the alien nods. "A god that forgot mercy." All around the world, the alien ships react to the awakening. They form a massive ring pattern in Earth's orbit, glowing brighter than ever before. Scientists watching from space realize what's happening. The ships are charging a weapon or maybe a containment field. They are preparing for one final act to seal the monster again. But the energy readings are too high. If they release it, half of Earth could be destroyed. Aiden faces an impossible choice. If they stop the aliens, the creature will destroy the world. If they allow them to fire, the planet may still not survive. But Leah suddenly steps forward, her voice calm despite the chaos. "There's another way. The core can absorb the energy, but it needs a human link." Aiden understands what she means. Someone has to connect with the core and sacrifice themselves to contain the creature. He looks at Leah. "It's not going to be you." Before she can reply, the creature roars, sending a shockwave that throws them to the ground. The alien stumbles, its body cracking with light. Aiden helps it stand, and for a moment, human and alien stare at each other, enemies of the past, now fighting the same battle. The alien raises its hand, placing a small glowing device in Aiden's palm. "This will connect you to the core, but once it begins, you cannot return." Aiden doesn't hesitate. "Then let's finish what you started." He runs toward the glowing circle in the sand while the ground shakes under his feet. Leah screams his name, but Aiden doesn't stop. He activates the device, and his body is lifted into the air by a beam of blue light. The core beneath the earth awakens again, brighter and stronger than before. The alien joins him, standing inside the beam. Together they channel their energy into the core. The creature senses what they are doing. It releases a scream that cracks the sky and sends black flames shooting upward. Lightning fills the air. The alien ships begin their final sequence, focusing all their power on the desert below. Aiden's vision fades as he feels the core pulling his life away. He sees flashes of the past, his lost squad, his fallen friends, and then Leah smiling before the mission began. He whispers softly, "No more wars. No more monsters." The core explodes with light. For a second, everything goes silent. No sound, no movement, just blinding white light filling the horizon. The alien ships release their energy beam at the same moment, merging with the core's power. The explosion swallows the creature whole, its scream echoing through the sky like thunder. When the light fades, the desert is gone. In its place is a giant crater filled with calm, glowing sand. The creature has vanished. The alien ships slowly disappear into the clouds, leaving behind trails of silver light. The world below watches in awe as the storm clears and the sky turns blue again. Leah wakes up, weak and shaking. She looks around, but Aiden is gone. Only his burned communicator lies near the glowing sand. The alien who helped them stands beside her, its body now cracked and fading. It looks at her one last time and says, "He saved both worlds." Then it disintegrates into dust. Leah kneels on the edge of the crater, tears mixing with the wind. She feels the earth beneath,